can't ever fault the guy's dedication. The guy was 100% dedicated to what he does, and every time he came here, he brought it, and he set the bar for a lot of people. And
just his intensity of every practice session, every lap. Don't waste a lap. Just if you want to model yourself on how to be a good, successful motorcycle racer, you don't get much of a better example than him. He doesn't waste any gas. He doesn't waste any tires. Just the ultimate professional on a motorcycle.
He's a competitor. He wants to win every time out there, and he wants to rip your throat out when he's doing it.
What's the type of mindset, because this brings up a couple of questions, between just wanting to win races and winning championships? You had mentioned that in a blog post, that looking back, you felt like maybe you should have just concentrated on race wins more. There was that time in 2007 when you came back and you said, I'm not interested in championships, I just want to win races. Mm-hmm. The press didn't seem to understand that. No. But that's a different thing in your head, is it not?
Oh, 100%. From a personal satisfaction standpoint, I'd prefer to win a bunch of races in a year than a championship. From a getting a pat on your back standpoint from every man and his dog in the paddock, winning a championship obviously means more. But I got to a point 3 or 4 years ago where I just wanted to try and give it everything I had in every race, and don't worry about the championship as far as the end result, And I started to enjoy my racing again a lot, it was a good time. It was nice to go to a racetrack knowing that Saturday afternoon, first race of the year, I was going to be giving it 100%, and Sunday afternoon as well, and not worrying about the championship. And we won lots of races. We crashed in a few. Did we give away a couple of championships? Well, you can't really look at it like that. We just went out. I wanted to go out and have fun, and championships just weren't, for me, part of having fun, anymore.
Because in the end, you did win the most races, and yet you didn't win the championship. You said at one point, I remember in an interview, that Ben, something about consistency with Ben, and you attributed that to his championship.
Oh, 100%. I mean, and it just so happened that it just so happened that it was around the same time that Ben came into the series, or came into Superbike, and was starting to grow and get better. And I decided I just didn't really care about championships so much anymore, and I wanted to race for wins and that sort of stuff. And he wanted to win championships and I know how that feeling is, because I'd already had 6 of them before that, mm-hmm. where all I did was just think about that number 1 plate, and sometimes you just shut it down a little bit so you don't crash. You may get second, but at least you're getting 30-something points rather than nothing.
Right.
The championship just wasn't important to me, and for him, it was really important to him. And have I got anything negative to say about that? Not at all. I mean, I know exactly what it's like to be trying to win a championship and to only have a sole focus on that, because I did it for so long. But in my life, I got to a point at that stage of my career, which is a completely different stage to Ben's career, that I didn't want to do it anymore. I just wanted to go out there and try and do as best I could in every race and win as much as possible,
I've been thinking about, compared to the point systems overseas, because Ben has not been consistent. Ben has won a lot of races, and Ben leads the championship. Mm-hmm. Whereas here in our point system, it rewards consistency, mm-hmm. not winning. Mm-hmm. That system seems to reward winning, mm-hmm. and not consistency.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yep.
I mean, do you see an advantage, or which do you like?
Well, for the fans, what do they want to see? They want to see guys out there just beating on each other every weekend, not some guy rolling out of the throttle just because he's thinking about September, right, and taking home that number 1 plate. You know what I mean? So, from a fan perspective, I know that they want to see a race every weekend, not guys not giving it 100% all the time. So, listen, I've always thought the FIM point system was a better system. The system over here breeds, consistent racing and racing that's not always 100%.
Yeah.
because the end prize, which most racers think about, is that championship, you know. So.
And the point system de-incentivizes a push to win, it seems to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
It's better this year. They've changed the points a little bit this year, but it's you know, definitely not FIM. I mean, FIM points, you win a race or get second, it's 25 for the win and then 20 back to second place and 16 for third. So between first and third, there's a 9-point cushion with a 25-point maximum. No points for most laps, no points for pole position or any of that sort of stuff. So, you know, you can do some real damage over there by winning a few races. I mean, you win 3 or 4, literally 3 races and get 3 or 4 races and then have a crash. The guy who comes second in all those races is on the same amount of points.
Yeah.
So, you know, that just doesn't work like that over here. Doesn't. Half of our series, if you can win every race, and you're almost through half of the series before you can actually jump off the thing, if the guy's finishing second all the time.
Right.
You know, so because you can get the pole position over here, which Ben was very good at. You can lead most laps in both races and finish second, but still finish second, and only walk away with 2 points behind the guy that won.
Yeah.
You know, one race, whatever. So yeah, it's very close, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, why try to win? The Daytona 200. You have 4 of them.
3?
Three
I
wins?
think. Yeah.
But you have the last one on a superbike.
Yeah.
And yet Daytona was big around the world, it seemed like. Was the Daytona a big thing growing up in Australia?
No, not at all. Daytona, I think, was big, reasonably big on a world stage, probably up until, well, before my time as a road racer, probably up until maybe the mid-'80s, early 80s.
Okay.
After that, I mean, the world guys didn't come to do Daytona, you know, so they try and make Daytona out to be a big thing, you know, the world centre of racing and all that garbage. I mean, nobody knows what day Daytona's on other than the American motorcycle racing series.
Yeah.
If you want to look at it realistically, that's how it is. I mean, we don't get anybody to Daytona. How long has it had anyone at Daytona other than the American riders, the American series riders, you know? So no, it's not at all. That's somewhat laughable when we go there, you know, when they talk about it being a huge international event, but it's the AMA guys fighting for the race lead. There ain't nobody else in the race.
Yeah. So how does it rate? How do those rate in terms of you?
Didn't rate to me at all. It was another race.
Just another race.
Another race, and one of the ones that I wish I really didn't have to go and do because far too dangerous, I think. You know, I've always said that before I even won one, and after I won 3 200s and 6 superbike races in total I've won at Daytona.
Yeah.
You know, the last 3 weren't 200s. So it's just another race.